Very good morning to one and all. So, in the earlier class, we have initiated a discussion on refraction and its visual effects. At that time I told you, while dealing with a few visual phenomena in the nature, we come across a little more mathematical analysis. So, while dealing with the first application, which is the apparent position of image, you have learnt that if an object in denser medium and observer is in rarer medium going for a normal view, then the observer finds a shift in the position of the object so that the image appears close to the interface. Provided object is in denser medium, observer is in rarer medium. Of course, we have dealt with another case, object in rarer medium, observer in denser medium. Then the observer in denser medium will find the object in rarer medium away from the interface. So whereas apparent distance is more in that case. But here the real distance of object from interface in the denser medium is from P to O. Whereas apparent distance of the image from the interface is P to I. And we have taken O to I will be the shift in the position of the object, which is towards the interface. O to I is a shift. You can represent this with a letter S even. Now if you are going to mathematical analysis in detail, first you should suppose this is all about a normal view, where the observer can find only a shift perpendicular to the interface, that is from O to I. So in the process you can see O indicates object, I indicates image. P is the point of incidence where the light ray goes for normal incidence on the interface, goes straight without any deviation. Q is another point of incidence at a water-air interface. Light falls at an angle I and refracts at an angle R. I is angle of incidence, R is angle of refraction. And here this is denser medium and here it is rarer medium and the respective refractive indices. Now the point it is, in the case of normal incidence, our light rays will be very close to the normal, provided the values of I, R are very small. This is the mathematical approximation that we take in the case of normal vision, normal view, where the incident light ray will be very close to the normal, provided I, R will be very small. In the case when the angles are very small, we have a point in trigonometry which you have learned, sin theta can be approximated to tan theta. Of course, can be approximated to theta itself in terms of radians. This is what a trigonometric approximation that you have learned already. For smaller values of theta, sin theta can be approximated to tan theta is approximately equal to theta. Sir, how do we utilize that? Wait. We need a mathematical relation connecting the real distance and apparent distance. Here in this real distance means P to O, apparent distance means P to I. Now once let us talk about the concept of Snell's law. After dealing with this point, let us talk about the concept of Snell's law to get the relation between real distance and apparent distance. What is Snell's law? At the interface AB, the product of refractive index of the medium ND into sine of angle of incidence in that medium sin I equal to NR into sin R. But here I told you sin I can be approximated to tan I and sin R can be approximated to tan R. We will come to know why we are connecting like that. Because ND into tan I. Tan theta in the triangle OPQ, tan theta equal to opposite side PQ by adjacent side PO equal to NR into, now tan R in the triangle IPQ, opposite side PQ by adjacent side is PI. So PQ by PI. Now here PQ gets cancelled on either sides. So that I can write here ND by PO equal to NR by PI. From this we can write it as ND by PO, PO is the real distance, equal to NR by PI is the apparent distance. Hope you are following. Now from this my final conclusion here I am writing real distance to apparent distance equal to real distance, take this to right side, by apparent distance equal to NR take to left side, then ND by NR. But let me write in a conceptual manner the ratio of real distance to apparent distance equal to ND. Here very important point, this all mathematics is very simple, but there is a logic. ND is the refractive index of the medium in which light incidents. NR is the refractive index of the medium into which light refracts. I repeat. And D there represents refractive index of the medium in which light incidents. So let me write it as Ni, refractive index of the medium in which light incidents, by refractive index of the medium into which light refracts. This is the fundamental equation that we need to remember, very important. So when the light is refracting at an interface, as object in denser medium, observer in rarer medium, the ratio of real distance to apparent distance is equal to refractive index of the medium in which light incidents divided by refractive index of the medium into which light refracts. In this particular case, object in denser medium, light is incidenting in denser medium, so numerator is a denser and denominator is a rarer. Once if you remember this ratio, you come across apparent distance concept. Very simple. So that apparent distance equal to this to be remembered. Apparent distance equal to, from this, hope you can understand, refractive index of the medium into light refracts by refractive index of the medium into which light incidents into real distance. So I can write in my particular case, in this particular case, your object is in denser medium, observer in rarer medium. So numerator, the medium into which light refracts is air, by the medium into which light incidents is water. Of course, you can write refractive index of rarer medium by refractive index of denser medium also you can write into real distance. Now here one point, refractive index of denser medium with respect to rarer medium will be taken as N usually. This is a common notation. There is no scientific reason behind that. Refractive index of denser medium with respect to rarer medium, ND by NR usually supposed as N. Then here NR by ND, so I can write apparent distance equal to 1 by N times of real distance. You know for any material medium, you know N greater than 1. So in this particular case, apparent distance will be less than real distance because N greater than 1. You have learned this point already. So apparent distance equal to 1 by N times of real distance. As N greater than 1, apparent distance will be less than real distance in this particular case. When object in denser medium, observer is in rarer medium. So that shift can be calculated using the formula real distance minus apparent distance. If you have done this calculation, you come across real distance into 1 minus 1 by N. N stands for refractive index of denser medium with respect to rarer medium. This is what you need to remember. So I have given a formula for relation between real distance and apparent distance, and a formula for apparent distance especially when the object is in denser medium, observer is in rarer medium, and here is the shift formula. Real distance into 1 minus 1 by N. So I am concluding. Here in this particular case, object is in denser medium, observer is in rarer medium. Then the real distance will be more than the apparent distance. And there is a relation between real distance and apparent distance. Here is the formula for the shift in the position of the object. Sir, if the object is in rarer medium, observer in denser medium, wait, we'll discuss. But from this concept only we'll discuss. Here is the key formula. The ratio of real distance to the apparent distance is equal to the ratio of refractive index of the medium in which light incidents to the refractive index of the medium into which light refracts. If you are able to remember this fundamental equation, you can write formula in both cases. One case object in denser medium, the other case object in rarer medium. I will tell you the clue how to deal with this. So first, this is the derivation. Of course, derivation doesn't matter when it comes to objective orientation, as you need to learn how the formula have been derived. Just I have explained here. The conclusions are very important. The concept is very important. Now we go for once look at the board. Now I am going to conclude the two cases. What is the first case? Object in denser medium, observer is in rarer medium. Second case, observer in denser medium, object is in rarer medium. But whatever the case, to write a relation between real distance and apparent distance, the fundamental formula you need to remember it is the ratio of real distance to the apparent distance is equal to the ratio of the refractive index of the medium in which light incidents to the refractive index of the medium into which light refracts. Now once look at the first case. So the ratio of real distance to the apparent distance equal to refractive index of denser medium to the refractive index of rarer medium can be written as n, which is the common notation I told you. Then apparent distance equal to 1 by n times of real distance. But you know n is always greater than 1. So refractive index of denser medium with respect to rarer medium is always greater than 1 because numerator greater than denominator. So that apparent distance will be less than real distance in this particular case. Of course, shift is given by formula S equal to real distance minus apparent distance. I told you if you are going for subtraction according to this, you will get real distance of 1 minus 1 by n. N for refractive index of denser medium with respect to rarer medium. Of course, here denser medium is water, rarer medium is air. Refractive index of water with respect to air. This is shift formula. Now you apply the same procedure to this. Object in rarer medium, observer in denser medium. Then your mathematical analysis. The ratio of real distance to the apparent distance. Because you know here is the image. Here is the image away from interface. So the ratio of real distance to the apparent distance equal to refractive index of the medium in which light incidents. In which medium light incidents in this case? Rarer medium. By refractive index of the medium into which light refracts. Which is equal to, you know, Nd by Nr equal to N. But here Nr by Nd, which is 1 by N. Then apparent distance equal to N times of real distance. You already learnt N is greater than 1. So apparent distance will be greater than real distance in this particular case. So you can see the apparent distance of image is more than the real distance from the interface. Now shift formula usually apparent distance minus real distance. Because here apparent distance is more. That's all. Now whenever you have done this shift formula, here it is real distance of n minus 1. This is the point. So when the object is in denser medium, observer in rarer medium is one case. Here object is in rarer medium, observer is in denser medium is another case. Here is all mathematical explanation about this concept, which is depending on the basic fundamental formula, the ratio of real distance to the apparent distance equal to Ni by Nr, medium of incidence, medium of refraction. This is a basic fundamental formula. Anything you can come across once if you are having idea of this. Now I'll explain just one small example based on this concept so that you will get more clarity. Okay, so we discuss one or two numerical examples connecting with this analysis. Once look at this, here a few examples that I am going to explain to you to understand that. Here there is a beaker, but in the beaker I have taken some amount of water. Of course, the height of water column is all about 4 centimeters. We will put the height of the vessel, maybe 10 centimeters or 20 centimeters. I have filled water up to 4 centimeters. So
there is an object placed. Means an object is placed inside the beaker at a depth of 4 cm inside the water. Now here is an observer is going to look at this object. Do the observer find some object at a depth of 4 centimeters? No. Because when the observer is going to look at the object in denser medium, there will be a shift in the position of object towards the interface. How much shift? That's a formula. When object is in denser medium, observer is in rarer medium, shift formula, real distance into 1 minus 1 by n. So here, real distance 4 cm from the interface, real distance of object 1 minus 1 by n. N is refractive index of denser medium with respect to rarer medium. Here it is water, here it is air. So refractive index of water with respect to air. Now here it is 4 cm into 1 minus 1 by refractive index of water with respect to air 4 by 3. 1 by 4 by 3. Shall I write directly? 3 by 3. Now here it is equal to 4 centimeter into 1 minus 3 by 4. Then it is going to be 1 by 2. So this is equal to 1 centimeter. So the shift in the position of the object seen by the observer is all about 1 centimeter. Means the observer finds the image of the object at a depth of 3 centimeters but not at 4 centimeters. Related to this similar example, you can look at this. There is a vessel of height 6 centimeter and the vessel is completely filled. The vessel is completely filled with water. Now here the observer is going to look at the vessel. You know the depth of the vessel is 6 centimeters. The depth of complete vessel is 6 centimeters. And moreover, the vessel is completely filled. So if you have asked the observer what is the depth of the vessel, when he is going to look into the vessel, then he may not find it as 6 centimeters. The reason it is, when the observer is going to look into the vessel filled with water, the base of the vessel will have a shift seen by the observer. Because here, the base of the vessel can act like an object and can be seen by the observer to have a shift. So that if you are going to ask the observer to look into the vessel which is completely filled with water, the observer will find a shift in the base, so that he may not find the vessel is filled to a depth of 6 centimeters. How much shift? Yes, S equal to real distance into 1 minus 1 by n refractive index of water with respect to air in this case. Then 6 centimeter into 1 minus here 4 by 3, so reciprocal means 3 by 4. This is equal to 6 into 1 minus 3 by 4 is 1 by 4. This is going to be 3 by 2 centimeters, which is 1.5. So here the base of the vessel shifts by 1.5 centimeter when seen by the observer. So the observer finds the vessel is of depth only 4.5 centimeters. Because 6 minus 1.5. Or the observer may say that the vessel is filled with water up to a depth of 1.5 centimeters only. Sorry, 4.5 centimeters only, not to 6 centimeters, because the base of the vessel will have a shift when seen by the observer through the water. So this is how there will be numerical analysis on the apparent position of the image seen by the observer. In the first case, the observer is in rarer medium. In the second case, the observer is in denser medium. Like the two cases we have discussed. Of course, these two examples related to the first case where object in denser medium, observer is in rarer medium. But we have discussed two cases we don't mind. This is a numerical analysis of this concept. Now let us discuss a few more situations, a few more visual phenomena that we come across due to refraction of light. In the next point is all about the oval shape of the sun. Means we find the sun bigger in size, oval in shape during sun rising time and sun setting time. It is all because of the refraction of light that is taking place when sunlight is traveling through the atmosphere. Because when you are on the surface of the earth and you are going to look at the sun, so that the sunlight whichever you are receiving is traveling through the atmosphere, which are different layers. So in that process, atmospheric density is not uniform. The density of atmosphere changes from one layer to another layer. And moreover, if you are going for higher altitudes, atmospheric density gradually decreases on going for higher altitudes, so that the refractive index gradually decreases. So the lower layers usually acts as a denser and the upper layers usually acts as a rarer usually. So in this situation, when the sunlight is traveling through the atmosphere, it undergoes refraction at different layers of air at different times. We call them as multiple refractions. Due to that multiple refractions taking place in the atmosphere, we find the virtual image of the sun, not the real image. The virtual image of the sun appears to be bigger in size and lower in shape. It's all because of refraction of light, which is causing the virtual image sense. So, the conclusion here is the oval shape of the sun, either during the early morning time or evening time, is all because of refraction of the sunlight while traveling through the atmosphere and reaching the observer, causes the virtual image phenomenon. But at noon, sun will be exactly overhead. So most of the light rays goes for normal incidence. No refraction of light takes place. Most of the light rays goes for normal incidence since sun exactly overhead at noon. So that sun appears very small in size because it is far away from us. Almost the direct image that we are going to look at the sun. But early morning time or evening time, sun rising time, sun setting time, we find the virtual image of the sun, which is bigger in size. And later, bending of a glass means if you are going to place any glass rod or a metal rod or a pencil is going to be dipped into a beaker of water, then at the interface of water and air, at the interface, we can find the glass rod has taken a bend. Even it appears just like a break occurs with the rod at the interface. It appears like that to us. If you are going to see the immersed portion of the glass rod inside the beaker of water, then we feel that there is some break with the glass rod at the water air interface, or there is some bending of glass rod at the interface, which occurs because of refraction of light. Let me explain little diagrammatically this concept, where we have possibilities to explain diagrammatically even this particular concept. Here is a beaker of water I have taken. Here it is. Now, you are going to immerse a glass rod into that. Here in this way. A glass rod or a metal rod or a pencil, you can explain. This is it. Now, usually, when we have taken an extended object, means object having some size, this all terminology, each and every point in the object will act like a point object. So, you suppose this end of the rod acting like one point object. When the observer is going to look at the immersed portion of the rod, then this point object will have a normal shift. Like that, each and every point on the glass rod will have a normal shift. Each and every point will have a normal shift. Each and every point. So that what will happen? The apparent position of the glass rod that is present inside the water will appear to be like this. Because each and every point on the glass rod will have a normal shift towards the interface. that locus of all the points makes you to find the glass rod immersed portion in a different way. That's the reason why you can find the bending phenomena of the object only from the interface into the liquid, not outside the liquid. Because the light rays that are coming from the object immersed in the liquid will go for refraction, and every point object will have an upward shift and will cause that phenomenon. So this bending of a glass rod dipped in the liquid is all because of refraction of light at water air interface. And the other application is all about twinkling of the stars, which is a very interesting phenomenon, which includes atmospheric refraction, just like earlier. See, if you are going to talk about atmospheric refraction, what I can tell you is, here is the surface of the earth. Just you suppose of here. Here is the surface of the earth. Now here there is an observer. The observer is trying to look at the star which is far away from him. But the light that is coming from the star has to travel through different layers of atmosphere. So what happens? It falls, goes for refraction, and again goes for refraction, and again goes for refraction, and finally reaching the observer. But this emerging light ray that is received by the observer causing the virtual image here. Actually the star is here, but it causes virtual image here to the observer. But you remember, this may not be the path always preferred by the light coming to the atmosphere, because atmospheric density changes continuously. So the observer may not be able to find even the virtual image at a fixed location, because whatever the final light ray that is received by the observer is after all refractions taking place in the atmosphere. But atmosphere density changes continuously as per temperature and pressure conditions in the atmosphere. So even though the observer is finding the virtual image position of the star, that virtual image position may not be fixed, because this may not be the path preferred by the light always while traveling through the atmosphere, because atmospheric density changes continuously. That's the reason why at one moment, if the observer finds virtual image of the star here, at another moment he may find the virtual image of the star here. In that way, the virtual image of the star even changes continuously. That is seen by the observer. Of course, everything is all because of atmospheric refraction, multiple refractions of light while traveling through the atmosphere. That is the reason why the star position appears to be changing continuously for the observer. It appears to be changing continuously. That we call it as twinkling of stars. This is what you need to understand. So that sun is also a star. Do the twinkling occurs with the sun? Why don't we find twinkling of sun? Sun is a star. Yes, you may come across this star. Sun is a star. Yes, you may expect some twinkling in the sun, but sun is a star which is very close to us, appears bigger in size compared to the other stars, which are far away from us. As the other stars are far away from us, appearing to us like a point objects, you will be able to identify distinctly the virtual change in the position. The virtual change in position you will be able to identify distinctly with the stars which are far away from you, because they appear to you like a point. But sun is the star which is very close to you, appears bigger in size. So even though twinkling occurring with the sun, but you will not be able to identify distinctly the twinkling of sun, even though it is. But as the other stars are far away from us and they appear just like stars, we will be able to identify the twinkling of the stars easily with our naked. So this is all about atmospheric refraction. So here is all about different visual effects due to refraction of light maybe through any other medium. Sometimes we have explained the refraction of the atmosphere, refraction water air interface. So, but ultimately the refraction of light while traveling through the different medium causing the different visual phenomena in the nature. So, this is all the concept. And moreover, what I wish to conclude here is, whenever we have started about the concept of refraction of light, till now we are dealing with especially refraction of light at an interface where the interface is plane interface. Your interface may not be a plane always. So, whatever the topic that we are discussing, which has initiated the concept of refraction, is all about nothing but refraction of light at a single plane surfaces. Single plane interface. After learning all the basics related to refraction, while dealing with the refraction at a single plane surface, later we go for refraction of light through double plane surface. If two interfaces are there which are plane. Later we may go for refraction of light at single curved surface, refraction of light through double curved surfaces. All these are the topics that we are going to discuss in the coming days. But all the concepts related to the refraction will be learned basically on dealing with the refraction of light at a single plane surface. So, these are different visual effects due to refraction.